I'm Dana. I'm the founder of HYER Goods, and today I'm going to tell you how I scored a retail storefront in New York City's West Village for under $1,000 a month, and we're going to do a little tour of our store at 21 Greenwich Avenue. So let's go. Our store is located on the corner of Greenwich Avenue and West 10th Street in a historic building under New York City's finest scaffolding. So the first thing you might notice when you visit our store after you spot its iconic pink bench is that it's not just our name in the window. So we have this space in partnership with an organization called Shashama. Shashama started out as an organization that helped artists have gallery space and studio space to show their work. And during the pandemic, they expanded. They have a retail storefront program where they grant women and minority entrepreneurs a space to sell their work using all the vacant real estate in New York City. So we are super fortunate to have a space through them in the heart of New York City's West Village. So come on, let's go inside. So a lot of you are probably wondering how I got this space through Shashama, and the honest answer is I just applied online. I had a meeting with my advisor. He asked me what I thought I needed to propel my business forward, and I said a retail storefront. So I literally Googled free New York City storefront or free New York City pop-up, and the organization came up, and I had heard of it. So I was like, what do I have to lose? I didn't think there was any way I was going to get it. I applied for a free spot at either like a Bryant Park holiday market or a Union Square holiday market, and I was like, let's see what happens. A week after I said it out loud that I thought I needed a storefront, I put it out in the ether. I got an email from Shashama offering me a 2-month long retail space on West 27th Street in Chelsea. I took it, of course. I was 8 months pregnant, and the space looked like an old hardware store and was a complete nightmare to renovate. But we did our best with a tiny budget, knowing we'd only be there a short while. We put up fake walls to hide their hardware store-like appearance and rugs to cover the floor, and it was cute. When that ended, it was so much work I thought I'd never do it again. But then here we are. So I think it was early February 2024 when I got an email from Shashama saying that a more longer term retail space had become available in New York City's West Village. And of course, I couldn't say no. So when we got to the space, it looked completely different. I had 2 weeks to design the interior and open. That was part of the agreement with Shashama. Knowing that we could potentially be here for 2 years, I set aside a budget of about $10K to build out the interior. My friend Ruth, who was an interior designer, helped me create a layout for the space that would be inviting and give us plenty of space to show our products. One of the trickiest things was that I knew I wanted a table in the center of the space so that we could keep a nice flow of traffic and also have a place to put some smaller goods. And the problem with the space is that it gets slightly narrower towards the front of the store. So we had to design a table that mimicked the shape of the space. We couldn't just buy one at the store. So I found a fabulous team in Natalia and Odin at No Studio. I gave them a $10,000 budget to do the entire store, and a huge part of that went to this table, which honestly I'm so happy with the way it came out. It is one of the best things I've ever designed. We picked a color that I thought would really complement the floors, which I'm obsessed with. It would keep it warm in here but not overwhelm the space. I also made these custom shelves, which were a feat to design and build in our budget. So what we did is we actually built around IKEA floating shelves and built in this custom lighting, because in our last store we learned that the shelving casts a shadow on the product below it, so we needed light to make sure that you could still see the product. So again, I'm so happy with the way these turned out, especially with our 2-week timeline and the little budget that we had. This is our signature ring bag. I designed this piece after becoming a mom, and I felt like I no longer had time to move my things from one bag to the next. So what's so incredible about it is that it can be worn 3 different ways, just with a simple flick of the gate rings. You can transform it from a handheld bag to a shoulder bag to a crossbody bag. We made it in this beautiful Italian Napa. It is one of the most luxurious leathers that we found. It comes from a tannery called Russo di Casandrino. They're one of the best in the world, and these are leftovers. It's so hard to believe. We found this gorgeous Italian Napa, and the rest is history. So now it comes in 3 sizes, and you can choose from the micro, the piccola, or the original size ring bag. Plus, it also comes in a version that is a hobo style and has our same signature convertibility. We put in these green velvet curtains to add a little bit of color to the space and also hide the entrance to our teeny tiny back room. We added some matching chairs and a little cabinet that we found on Facebook Marketplace for extra storage. In the store, you're always going to find some unique one-of-a-kind pieces that we don't have online. This is a really good example. This is a smaller version of our Mercado tote. The Mercado tote really exemplifies the versatility that we try to put into every piece that we design. In the store, we carry some one-of-a-kind vintage pieces as well, so you'll find some really great pieces to style your HYER goods with, like this vintage jacket or local New York City brand Sloppy Seconds, who upcycles vintage menswear into cute new shirts. And of course, we had to put our tagline on the mirror to remind you that yes, you do look very good in trash.